Hello and welcome to Assetto Corsa. We have finally reached version 1.0.0. I think we're at 1.0.3 now. But this is the Lotus 98T, and my god, is it a lot of fun. Listen to that. I'm going to put the turbo on 20% to start with, and we'll build it up to something a bit more bonkers after that. But here we go. Right, this car is probably my favourite car in the game. It's just so much fun. They've updated the sound engine, and you can tell the sound of this car is a lot better than it was before version 1.0. So that's good. Oh god, it's just the sound. The sound itself is just brilliant. This is it basically without turbo, because the turbo hasn't really had a chance to kick in yet. So we'll see how this thing performs when we throw the turbo up to a little bit higher. I'm going to do a few laps in this, and just basically just let you watch me drive it and just kind of have a bit of a chat about the car and that sort of thing. This car has more downforce than any other car I can think of in this game. I think even more so than the Lotus Exes. It certainly feels like it. So without this, basically 20% turbo is effectively no turbo in this. Without the turbo, this car is actually surprisingly manageable. It's surprisingly manageable. I mean, it's still hard to drive quickly. You have to be very good to drive this car quickly, and I'm not very good, so I'm not driving this car quickly. But it is actually quite a manageable car. It's not sliding all over the place. It's got, as I said, it's got whoa shit. It's not sliding all over the place. He says as it kicks into a massive slide. It doesn't slide all over the place unless you do something severely wrong, like I just did there. Just get the mouse out of the way. I don't know how to get rid of the mouse. It's really annoying. That's my biggest problem. Well, not my biggest. That's one of my problems with this game. Is the mouse just really pisses me off. So yeah, it doesn't kick into random slides. It doesn't really move about all that much unexpectedly. And the huge amounts of downforce just make this car actually really manageable. So it's actually quite a nice. It's a fast, but actually quite an easy car to drive without the turbo on, and that's actually quite surprising. You hear about these and you think, wow, these things have 1200 horsepower and they weigh half a ton. How did anyone ever drive these things? But actually, without the turbo on, these things are actually quite manageable. But still utterly gorgeous to listen to, and oh wow. But the thing where these cars actually struggle is at low speed cornering, which is kind of expected considering most of the grip of these things comes pretty much purely from downforce. It's kind of at low speeds. These things are a bit harder to manage, especially when you shove the turbo on a little bit. So my understanding is that 60% turbo, which is the default for Assetto Corsa, is the standard. Oh shit! I have no idea what happened there. I thought the back end was kicking out. It might not have been. Oh, my tyres are fucked. I want to see what happened there. I know. I just kind of something went wrong, and then all this. I don't even know what happened there, to be honest. It just something twitched, and then that caused me to go, oh shit, and just basically throw it into a slide. Okay, so I'm facing the wrong way now. What was I saying? So basically 60% turbo is kind of, from what I understand, the sort of standard race turbo, standard race turbo setting. 100% and 100% didn't really use much. That was for that one qualifying lap, because the car just would not withstand much more than the car just wouldn't withstand more than one qualifying lap on 100% turbo. The engine does just blow. So right, I'm going to quickly throw that to 60%. So already you can hear the turbo. Whoa, I love the sound of turbos. You can hear it. Just sounds like a washing machine or a hairdryer. A hairdryer in a washing machine. Now with 60% turbo, this car does change quite a bit. As you can see there, straight into a tank slapper. That's my biggest problem with this game, and I'm not going to talk too much about it because I waffle on about it, even though I probably don't know what I'm talking about. I find the slides in this game very unpredictable and hard to catch, unlike a lot of other racing sims. But you know, that's just a problem I have with it. I don't know many other people that actually have that problem. But in 60% turbo, this car it just changes into a different beast. It really does. It becomes like just throttling out of Why you tank slap on me? Car, just be nice to me. Just when I catch a slide, just catch the slide. I really don't understand why this car loves to kick into an opposite slide whenever whenever I catch the slide. I don't understand why it then kicks straight into an opposite slide, because this thing has such huge rear tyres. You think it's got all that grip there. Right, so okay, too fast there. That's a third gear corner, that one. So now all of a sudden it's in 60% turbo. I'm really concentrating and really having to concentrate. Oh Christ almighty, this car's gone from being quite an easy car to drive to just that's really the best way of sort of putting it. I can't actually think of any words that are appropriate. And then we just say turbo, wake your ass up, and away we go. Oh Christ! It really is just kind of a case of this is you focusing, and then all of a sudden you put the turbo on, and this is you focusing with turbo, and just turbo just changes everything about this car. It really does. I love this car so much, and I want more turbo cars. I want more turbo cars in Assetto Corsa because it makes it so much not less predictable, but kind of you really have to predict it. You really have to be thinking to predict things, because you have a set amount of power, and then it kind of not at random, but after a delay, which you have to learn. There's no way of really telling what this delay is going to be, but after a delay, which you have to learn, comes this huge increase in the power output of the car, and it makes the car so much harder to drive. And oh Christ almighty, I don't know why that happened there. Just a little bit of opposite steering, and all of a sudden, oh no, you're going in the other direction now. These cars aren't hugely difficult to drive, and I'm not a very good driver, but that does just show there how one mistake, which was caused just from a little bit of panicking, like, oh, I'm in a slide now, what do I do? A small amount of panic, just whoa, shit, okay. Oh Christ almighty, you can't change down gears in this. I think it'd be easier if I was using the clutch, because at the moment I'm just using the flappy paddles. I'm not a huge fan of the G27 shifters, to be honest. They feel really plasticky and a bit shit. But I think maybe with a clutch it'll be a little bit easier. But yeah, this car with just a small little error can just throw this straight into a into a corner basically, or into a wall. Just a bit of okay, I'm a little bit over eager on my counter steering here, and that's a wall. Have fun with that. So let's try and do a clean lap now. Not necessarily quick, but clean being the main criteria for this lap, please. I'm talking to myself at the moment. Well, I'm talking to myself at the moment anyway, and you're listening to me afterwards. Okay, that's what. If you miss your braking point, you can't change down the gear in this. You're like, nope, that's your gear change opportunity gone because you fucked it. You fucked your braking points, and now you have to sit in that gear and deal with the lack of acceleration. This corner's great. I love this corner. It's great in almost all the cars, apart from some of the shitty front-wheel drive cars, where you understeer horrifically and go off the side. But in a lot of cars, you can just pretty much just flat that. You can go pretty much flat out on that corner, and I really enjoy that corner. Have I mentioned that I really like driving this car? Didn't need to brake for that corner. Ooh, a little bit of stuttering there. Probably did need to brake for that corner. Need to brake for this one. Okay, here we go. Right, I'm going to put 100% turbo on now. Okay, so turbo mode's at 100%. As you can see, the engine's already screaming at me. I'm just going to ease off the throttle a little bit because I forgot to turn mechanical damage off. Right, I forgot to turn off the mechanical damage. I should have turned off mechanical damage because this car does basically rip its engine apart when you're when you've got the turbo on 100%. This car does rip itself apart. It's glorious. It's just as the engine's screaming at me. Oh dear, I'm probably going to get 2 laps out of this, I reckon, especially with my ragged driving. Oh, this thing just is. This is the kind of the epitome of tunnel vision at the moment. I am staring straight at the piece of track in front of me, nothing else. It's fucking terrifying. It's fucking terrifying. But oh, so much fun. So much fun. Oh Christ almighty. Shit. I was doing quite well there. I was quite impressed with how not off the track I was doing. Okay, my engine's now at yellow integrity, or sort of creamy. It's at a creamy consistency. That's what my engine's like. I wonder if that's what my engine actually looks like. Creamy. Okay, here we go. Right, and I hope you're ready for turbo power because here it comes. Oh, that noise! Oh, that noise! Oh, the speed! Oh, the speed! Oh, the speed, 170-ish. I could get a bit more out of this, but I'd have to fiddle with the gear ratios, and I don't really feel comfortable doing that, and I broke a bit too early there, but that was just pure terror. Okay, so that's one. Okay, so right. Okay, let's see how many. Oh shit! Oh god. Okay. Oh no. I hope that doesn't ruin my performance too much. That sort of driving into a wall bit. But yeah, again, I don't know why the car did that. I was going quite slowly, and all of a sudden it accelerated left. Oh well. See, that's weird. I don't know. I'll probably look back and realise what I did, but. Oh, I know what I did there. I was looking at the engine integrity thing come up, and I didn't notice the fact that I was driving too quickly. I do wish that there was a more subtle way of. I really wish they didn't implement a better way of doing that. Okay, it's gone from cream to bright yellow. I do wish that they'd do it in kind of in sort of iRacing and race and sort of. Whoa, no. Oh shit! Just clipped the rear end there. Ah, Christ! I really wish that they'd do the damage thing in the kind of iRacing or Race 07 way, where you have someone in the pits telling you what's happening to your car. It just kind of it does more to kind of build the sort of the whole atmosphere of you're at a race, or you're actually in a car and not you're sat at your computer desk with a plastic wheel pretending to be a race driver. And you know, if you're the kind of person that spends money on a racing wheel, you probably don't want to be reminded that you're the kind of person that spends large amounts of money on a racing wheel. You know, it's kind of going almost orangey now. The engine's just getting shittier and shittier, as is my driving. I'm just going to blame it on that front wing damage. Oh, fucking hell. I don't know what I did wrong there to cause that to kick in the opposite direction. I had a small amount of throttle, and I didn't just leap off the throttle to unbalance the car. I snapped it back into position at the right moment. I don't understand the slide mechanics in this. It feels wrong to me. Okay, engine damage is getting quite severe at the moment. Right, I reckon we get another lap out of this. Alright, here we go. Oh, so fast. This car. Part of me really wants to give this a go in real life. Part of me really wants to just never have to do this for real. Oh, we're at an orange stage now, kind of a creamy orange. Whoa! I think my rear tyres are a little bit raggedy. I think my rear tyres are raggedy a little bit. Oh shit! Yeah, there we go. I broke for that corner this time. I forgot last time. Jesus. Yeah, this car's great. This car is oh so perfect. Oh so perfect. And if you don't have a Assetto Corsa, I'd say it's worth the money just for this car. I really would. This is just the best sim car I've ever driven. It's just such a pleasure to drive. It really is. It's exciting. It's terrifying. It's seriously difficult. Oh, I'm at red integrity now. That's bad. I wonder if we're gonna. Okay, I'm gonna drive this to the pits. I'm gonna drive this to the pits and get it repaired, because that's what this thing deserves. Yeah, I think on a final note, I really want to be good enough at this to be able to race this car. Oh, and there he goes. Okay, let's try and get the car to the pits. There's the engine gone on that final note. I really wish I was good enough to actually be able to drive. Let's just put it in neutral. No, that didn't help. I really wish I was good enough to actually be able to drive this car in sort of like an online race and race it properly, because this car seems like it's perfectly designed for really competitive racing. It's hard to drive, but it drives so quickly, and actually racing this thing must be so tricky, and I really want to be able to get involved in that. So racing this is pretty much my my ultimate goal of sim racing. So there we go. This car is absolutely fantastic, and if you're a fan of sim racing, I really recommend that you buy a Assetto Corsa and give this car a go, because it's really very good. And on that note, I'm going to say toodaloo.
Yeah.